What the juck is, everybody? Gender here, back at it with episode 18 of the Maplestory 2026 progression series. Let's just dive into the gains made this week. Biggest one is hitting the big 287 on the Ren. Managed to cap out the Haste event with only one level. I projected two. Was way too keen, but hey, got the one, and yeah, let's keep the ball rolling. So Guild Prog, still a good Prog, looking pretty good. Did Bing to level 19, gearing up to hit level 20 maybe in 2 weeks. And most importantly, we are at minimum 9 more weeks for my very own private Star Force room. Looking forward to that. Alright, let's go over a cheeky little recap of the week. So the biggest one is the last Sunday was a soul event and I got a shit ton of souls. This isn't everything that I got from last. This is only a small amount. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. This is 2 events combined, but I didn't catch which ones were which, so we'll just hear now. Alright, as for the week itself, Hero was released and, well, the Hyperburn was released and I managed to get the Hero video recorded, which was great. And then we've done some decent releases for the week, which I'm pretty happy about. Pretty much this week was all about just haste, like doing bosses and then hasting as much as possible. And but yeah, it was a very busy Wednesday because I spent the last 3 days basically just doing haste. All right, cool. Let's go into campus life. I didn't update this. Everything but that. All right, hang on a second. We can do it live. So, as always, I always cap this out on the day of because I'm just that kind of person. So, our special courses looks like get in there. Delete that one, paste this one, boom. All right, this is what we're looking at right now. So IAD is nearly maxed out. We'll be maxed out next week, and then I'm doing the arcane one. This will be maxed actually in 2 more days. No. It's got way more than that. I need 17 points. Both of these will be next week. But the hero is appreciating this, and I'm pretty sure I think this overlaps maybe for the first week of Challenge Worlds. This will be a nice little boost there for both, mainly just the symbols. And then this will be the last one that I'll do if we have time. All right, quick and easy. So you may see some, I think, did I have, was this the ID you just got? Okay, cool. There's no real CP changes based on campus life, which is alrighty. Let's look over the characters. Now, I spent the time to redo this sheet. So it looks better, no more flashbangs, and it just looks a lot neater. All right, let's go over it. So the Ren leveled up, the Blaster leveled up. Ooh, a little preview of the Blaster leveling up. We now have 3 C10 mules at 270, which is huge. And then these 3 guys are slowly finding their way to the big 270. I've also added a Kinesis as a C10 boss mule, and then the Arrow Light is up there in the Legion Champions. Now quickly down here, I'll go over this first. This is just me planning out the future and what could be. So I do plan on potentially making C10 mules beyond the 13 you can kind of make. Because right now, 13 boss crystals, or 13 times 14 boss crystals is like 182. So you'll just pick one of these characters to do less of the baby bosses on, and boom, there you go. That's your 180 crystals. But then you can start sacking those baby bosses and just adding in more C10 mil. So out of these ones, like Sia is here because Sia is very strong. I'm kind of vibing with Marksman and Iran. I've had it both ways. And CM Paladin also give strength in the Legion, which is only flat strength, but hey, it's something. But hey, it's something. Zero's unfortunately been delegated to a future Legion block, which is poor Zero. What could have been. And then, yeah, this is all a bunch of mess. But it actually tracks my Legion now. This is actually +1 level because this is not actually calculated. I have to do it manually. But this will help me get to the path to 10k, which should be fairly easy as we get more and more Hyperburns. Alright, And then the biggest one here is the frags for Hecate. Hecate? I'll just say it all any way I can imagine. I'll get it right eventually. Now, I do want to get them all on all the 10 boss meals because it just streamlines each boss quite a bit. The Hecate summon, well, it's not really a summon, it's more just an active system. Does damage, and then it makes bursting much smoother, so it's going to be a dub for like every single character. So I am trying to get 125 frags on every single character. So right now, I'll just be focusing on the Adele and the Blast. The Adele kind of has a free one because it gets 70 frags a week from Nightmare Paradise. And then Blaster will get it from Angular Company. Then once Blaster's done getting to 125, I think he'll just need one more week. And then he'll just get it from dailies. Just like the... Yeah, I think that's about right. And then I'll start doing it on like the Hido, then the Kana. Any one of these characters with like a star and asterisk next to it, they need more than 125 frags. So the Kana, I want to get a cent unlocked. I think it has like one more boost node that I want to boost. And then the Wild Hunter has 2 more boost nodes, which don't really need to be maxed out. That doesn't really gain a lot. But Demon Slayer needs a lot of love. It needs like a good, I think 600, not 600, more like 300 frags more to go. But we'll see when we get to their shade and their spotlight. But yeah, lots of work to do. The Wild Hunter is now getting the Monster Parks. MPE is going on the Wild Hunter and the Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer obviously getting the early request because it just needs so many more frags. And then the hero is just doing simple weeklies. And the grandest EXP is going to the Blaster because slowly getting to 275, little bit by bit. Alrighty, into the spending. So we didn't spend that much. That's 17 bill. I didn't track it. This is more of a vibe check. Maybe a little bit more, probably is a little bit more. I did get the drop rate on the hero and did a bit of cubing on the hero. And then I did get a Twilight Mark on the Lin. So just put some money into that. I think it was a bit more, but look. All that matters is I have about 123 bill at the moment. And we're looking to have a cheeky, how much? Let's see this. And this will be, our income will be, for Star Force itself, it may be a little lower. So this will be our total for Star Forcing, assuming I don't farm. I probably won't. I'll be focused on bossing. Alright, 173 big ones for Star Force, which is going to be pretty damn good. I'm looking forward to spending all that and upping the Demon Slayer and the Wild Hunter. Alright, I redeemed Maple ID again, and we had about 1,800 vouchers, which was, I believe that's about, we'll have to trust the calculator. Now, I only did the average of this once, and apparently I get about 91 vouchers an hour. So, oops, I used the wrong one. That's about nearly 20 hours of farming to get 1,800 coupons. But it's nice. This has been a pretty steady stream of, look, it's not a twintainer, but hey, I've been enjoying this. We're at 7.4k for the event. Hey, that's not bad, especially since it's passive. Like, I was going to trade anyway, and this is a nice boost to at least some mules. All right, plan for next week. We'll go over it after the characters, but let's go into them. The Ren saw another damage boost. Last week was sitting at 235 mil, but this week we are sitting at 256. This is mainly because I recubed the emblem and got a decent settle pot. But let's go over the gains. So 287, all the symbols can now can be leveled up, and it's going to cost 5 bill, nearly 6 bill to get them all maxed. Jeez, that's 1 week of bossing just to max every symbol. That's crazy. But the biggest thing to note here is that these two, M2 and M3, are now level 29 each. That's 4 levels each they've gone up by. I went hard at least last 3 days, and if we look at the graph, zoom in to see those pretty numbers, them big days. So Wednesday, this was to cap out the points, and then Friday managed to do a big one. Couldn't do much on Saturday, but Sunday after I finished bossing, and then Monday, Tuesday, and then a little bit on Wednesday. I think what we're at 23.9, so I did about 4T at Wednesday, which is the day I'm recording. There's some big boons. So for the week itself, F37T XP gained. I think it's about 43 hours farmed. I can't remember. Nearly 900 frags, which was Prog, and then 25 to 34 bill farmed. I'm just guesstimating. This is like 600 to 800 mil an hour, and yeah, that's the guessing. Yeah, as for a haste overview, this is the full month. It doesn't show the last day, which is like a 4T day, but that's fine. It gets the gist. Managed to get about 36 total. Is this right? I don't think this is right. Either over the 90 days, I got 130. There we go. 90-day average, 131T, which is about right. I got about a level and 30%-ish. Got when I started. Actually, I can go back here. I can go back in time. This is way too far back. Haste started. Did Haste start here? Why is it so blurry? I'm pretty sure Haste started around. Well, this thing though. Surely. I didn't start tracking XP till like much later. Anyway, hey, regardless, Haste 131T, pretty good, especially since it's my first Haste. I didn't train out of all these for 12 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I probably could have gotten 60T more, but hey, it is what it is. This is actually pretty good. I'm happy with this. And these graphs are pretty to look at. And it's in my catalog forever. Alright, as for the damage gains, it was all just in the emblem. Got a pretty decent settle pot of 23 attack and 10% boss damage. Sorry, 10% damage. Basically the same thing. This is a pretty good settle until I have enough money to trade line it. When it's the Ren's time. It's still rocking a Fairy Heart, but the biggest win, and L, is that I went into and did a normal Kalos run. Yay! But I immediately did. The run was so I'm gonna try and start doing more of these Pug Kalos runs because it's like normal. Like I have the spec to solo it. Just may as well just go into a Chronos min clear party, which is everyone's like 300 mil plus, and clear it in like 2 minutes. And then the goal going forward is to plug my way through Kalos and Carling and Adversary, but got to learn these two. And then this is a when this is possible, big W. Big W. Alright, as for the inventory, no DOMs this week, but I did get my hand on a second dream about. Which reminds me, we're going to go quickly back to Maple Hub. Because I wanted to show this. As we get ads. And these ads go away. These are my drops for the week. Oh god, what have I done? There we go. Oh. This tab's too small. Oh, you know what? It's there. You can see it. Boom. This week we got a Endless Terror for the Kana, Rebelt for the Ren, and a Source of Suffering for the Blaster. Alright. That's what I wanted to show that. That's all I wanted to show. Now we can get back to the Ren and actually look at the Dream Belt. Yay, Dream Belt. Woo. I will touch that one of these days. Alright, now into a small dilemma that I was facing. From the Premium Goddess Pass, we got one of these things. A 30-day VAC pet, transferable in account. So I can redeem this on any character and have a 30-day VAC pet, which is huge. And I was like, do I put it on my resistance classes so I can level up the Wild Hunter and Demon Slayer? And then if I get to 270, I can then spend the rest of the time leveling the Blaster? Or do I put it on like the Kana who needs frags? I want to find like 20 hours from the Kana. So much better with the VAC pet on. And like so on and so forth. However, I've decided I'll just redeem it on the Ren because of 3 things. First, I have the Goddess title on the Ren, so it's going to get the XP boost from the title, so may as well use it. And then the current VAC pet expires on the 1st of June. So it's like, look, it's like 3-4 day overlap. I can kind of get my money's worth out of this and save like $15 for a month. Hey, that's pretty good. And then I use this event more often, so it's a win all around. I'm also not like shooting myself in the foot because the Wild Hunter and the Demon Slayer, they don't have 100 drop. Sorry, they don't have 200 drop, like 100 meso, so I'm like going to be inefficient anyway. But I may as well just do this, up the main, and then get some dubs. Awesome. That's the Ren. Red's looking good. Move on. All right, the Adele. I think there's nothing. Oh no, there's one thing to talk about the Adele. It got a weapon jump strength level 3. And I cleaned up its inventory a little bit. I got rid of the Maester rings and the KT rings. Like, I don't need those. This is everything I need. It looks so much. Look at the shit from last week. Like, it's chonkers. Got rid of all these and I moved all this down to the bottom and it just looks so much nicer. And yes, get a level 3 ring so I can start practicing. I don't know why I'm doing this because it's going to be gone in a patch or two. But I can ring swap and do a little bit more damage. Yay! But not much else to report on the Adele. It's slogging through. It's saving up frags for Hecate. The no prog on the Hexamatrix. And we keep going. It is also going to level next week. So that's a plus 281. Here we come. Alrighty, the Blaster. The Blaster hit the big 271. It leveled up thanks to, I took the screenshot. This is an old screenshot. Pitiful. No, it got enough EXP from, what's it called? Angler Company. And it's now the big level 275. Sorry, I need to stop saying big. It's level 271. And it's doing quite well. And I just wanted to check if I actually upgraded its symbols. No. I was just not paying attention to this class at all. So we can do it live. This is what I get for rushing things. And bingo bango, just like that, we have an up-to-date screenshot of its fancy dance level. And I also forgot to take one of its symbols. But it can get a level 6 Odium. Not Odium. Hotel Arcus. Yay. So some slow and steady gains on the Blaster as I fiddle this live. No Hexaprog, as I said, saving for Hecate. But what's interesting, because we finally got a sauce on the Blaster, it seems like it went like the longest on all my characters without seeing any drops, and then boom, back to back. ET last week, boss this week. So the Blaster has Legacy Subgear, which meant it has 2 22-star Superior Pendants. I don't need 2 of these. So the goal is I just transfer one of them to the sauce, and then I'm good. I have an instant 21-star sauce, and then it'll just be 21 stars basically forever. That's the goal. The only reason I haven't done it now is because I'm saving the money for the Wild Hunter, the Demon Slayer, and the inventory is also. I need to be on top of things. The inventory is looking much better as well. Kinda. Look, it's an improvement. All right, I get rid of all the junk, all the Maester rings and the KTs. Like, sure, I may want them to like go for like 23, 24 star in it, but I don't really care about that. Not on a Legion Champion potential Titanium Mule. All right, so inventory's looking good, but this is what I am thinking of doing with the Blaster. So it's currently got a 12-star monocle. I could redeem the 160 fours I've got here to just get a map and then 3-line it, 18-star 3-line. And then the 17-star Reinforce becomes an 18-star KT 3-line. 22-star Superior becomes a 21-star DOS 3-line it. And then the spare 22-star Maester, transfer it to a area, and then a 20-star Slime Ring, tap a 22-star, and then 3-line it. This here is like, I want to say an easy 20 mil CP. Maybe even more. Like, it is such a huge game because this is instant 3-set itched. And then if I then tap a Twilight Mark 22-star, I get 2-set Dawn, which I will say goodbye to this. but this is not 21 star. This is I've had an error. That's wrong. Anyway, I replaced this with a Twilight. Sure, I lose 3% strength, but I gain 10% loss, which is significantly better. But that's a massive gain for the blaster. And then I'm running hard serum pugs, so I'll eventually get an emblem. And like this thing doesn't need a Genie badge since it has a legacy badge. And then once it gets book, oh my god, 5, potentially 6 set. Look, the blaster's potential is absurd. Alright, enough gushing on the blaster. We're nearly 200 mil CP. Again, this thing is a little boosted because it has pretty good FAMs. It's like 90% boss FAMs, which is really good. All this legacy shit from, what, 2018, 2019? Alright, moving on. The Hayato. Hayato saw little to no gains this week, which is, hey, it's okay. This thing is just waiting for its time to eat, and it will get a massive upgrade when it does eat. But same thing, trying to get into like pug serum parties, just to get a chance of getting an emblem, make things easier. And then frags for Hecate. 23 or 25, slowly going to get there. Got 3 from dailies today, which was kind of crazy. Biggest thing as well, I didn't realize this, but last week I took a screenshot of the inventory, and this thing was just chilling there. I think it was there for the previous week as well. Look, it's been sitting in my inventory for 2 weeks, and I was like, wait a second. I was about to drop this, and then I was like, wait a second. Aren't these like 15 bill from Monster Park? Does this sell for like a lot of money? And lo and behold, it does. So I found 3 bill randomly in the inventory, which is kind of nice. I sold this, make my money. As I said, don't need the badge. I have a legacy badge. It's fine. But the Hayato is also sitting in a pretty damn good spot. Look at all these DOMs. Holy. 2 Zerks, 2 ETs, can tap, I can let her both. It's just crazy. Kind of want a Daybreak over a Dom because I'm wearing a, well, I'm wearing a Sweetwater stuff, but I won't be using a Twilight because I have a Zerk already, so I'll just be wearing that. So it'll be Daybreak if I want to get 2 set Dawn, which is really good. That's the idea. Hoping to try and 21 stars one of these, but hey, it is what it. Well, like, to be fair, I won't be actually touching this class Star Force wise until we see those changes coming in at the summer update. All right, now for the Kana. Kana is doing pretty well, being liberated, but no changes outside of that. Little goals for what I do with frags. Oh, only 15 hours of farming. I misspoke earlier. Little easier on the Kana because it does have 200 drop, 100 Mesa, which is kind of nice. But I want to like this, and then get enough Hecate, which is quite a bit of frags. But as for its drops, it did get its 3rd ET, so I can just go fucking crazy with them. And then not much else. I also should, I don't know, looking pretty well. This inventory is slowly getting there. I've also redeemed, if you notice, some arcanes. I am done with my LARPing and going Absols. This is, I'm already getting too many of these boxes, so it's like, may as well. So eventually going to pivot into arcane. But it's going to be a while. This thing doesn't need to go any further as of yet, so we've got time to cook. All right, the Shade. The Shade lost some damage. That's because it no longer has a fairy heart, a black heart, and I don't think we'll need a black heart until never. This is also, look at this, out of line. God. Anyway, the Shade's also out of the daily pipeline. It's done with dailies. Doesn't have to do arc, no more Golix, no more symbols. He just needs to liberate, and then I log into it once a week for a 5 paycheck, and that's it. So this Shade is doing wonders. The Shade was made with the Hyperburn from back in January, and it's ready to go. It's basically done, which is exciting. I did manage to do Black Mage on this thing to fix up its liberation progress, which is kind of nice. Black Mage on this thing was kind of cozy because Shade is just OP. As for gear touch-ups, still have to 21 star the slime ring. Slowly getting enough spares. Not sure if I want to like tap. Like this thing's only 27. Oh, it's 30%. I'm not sure if I just want to tap this and then always settle at 18 or just keep going. You know what? I'm just gonna wait till the Star Force changes anyway, so it's fine. But yeah, biggest upgrade for this thing will be obviously when it liberates, and then eventually in like a year's time when it'll have 21 star arcades. But until then, the shade's looking pretty solid where it's at. Gonna get like 30 mil from being liberated. So it'll sit pretty, like 120 mil until it starts seeing more pitch drops. It only has CFE, which is like the worst ones when you're deciding out. Yeah, we'll see what happens with the shade. As for the Dawn Warrior saw a slight boost. Not sure what from though. Some random shit. It did hit 270. It was 266 last week. But did manage to get quite a few level ups. I got it to 269. A combination of the premium pass, the level 260 box, gives you like 10k tickets, and then a transcendent potion, and then boom, hit the big 270. I said it again. Its frags are basically done outside of just saving for Hecate, and then nothing really happened gear-wise. So we're saving up Twilight Marks. We have 2 so far. As we get more, I'll take this 21 star, and then most of its gear will be done. Similar spot to the shade, waiting to be liberated, and then of course it will eventually. I'll replace the episodes. Maybe I won't even replace the episode. Like, maybe like it will say like I'll save maybe what 30 seconds on each boss, maybe not even. So we'll see. And then 2 weeks till the cash up transfer, and I can stop looking chopped. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah. Slowly crewing. What are just Twilights? Yeah, Liberation. I can max Shade if I just do a 6-man BM, which is kind of nice. So I could live a week earlier. I'll see if I can fit that in. And then it's only doing Odium. Oh no, it's nearly done with Odalakis, but then once Odium's done, this thing will finish the daily pipeline, and it'll be great to just only to log in this character once a week. All right. For the Lin actually saw some gains. We gained like 3 to 4 mil CP, and that's by losing the black heart. We're using a Lydium heart, so I probably will redeem the black heart again on this thing just to make bossing a little quicker. Because if I scroll down here, it'll gain a fat 5 mil from it. The biggest gain, obviously, was this Twilight Mark. Managed to get double prime. Og. 24% on the Twilight Mark 18 star. And then it also had, where is it? A slime ring drop. Yay! But it's an interesting spot where these are at 21 star already. So depending on the funds on Star Force, I may just raw tap this and see what happens to it. And then if I get it a second one on the weekend, I could probably just see if I can take it further. Well, 21 star is the goal. If it does hit, that means the Lin will get even more powerful, which is just even better. But yes, the Lin X is pretty good because these two don't matter. And if I really wanted to invest into the class, I could just up Peck because all the damage comes from this skill. It's kind of the skill right here. It's kind of crazy. But yes, it also hit 270 through Monster Park MPE. I also redeemed the Strawberry Golden Meadow one. Gave like 1.5 TXP, which kind of got me to like halfway through 269. So I'm like, well, shit, don't really want to waste a Transcendent Potion on this thing. So I did Monster Park this thing up to 270. But that's 3 classes already at 270, which is fantastic. This thing will have an easier time dealing with Dark now, which is always a boon. So I just recently unlocked Odium, so I'll get to level 5, and then that's it. Cool. I also need to get rid of this because I know the Slime Ring. That's right. When I do get the Slime Ring to 221 star, I can then just tap these two, see whatever goes the highest, and then wear the highest one until an ET. So that's kind of nice. All right, the final 2, well, 3, sorry, the hero is the new boy in the town. The Wild Hunter got like a 1 mil CP increase because I switched over to Arcanes. Kind of crazy. This screenshot's fake. I don't have 2 Arcane capes. Why not take the screenshot? Anyway, Wild Hunter got a small increase, but it has not received any lucky drops from normal slime or normal lucid as of yet. Won't have a superior belt in time for Star Force, but we'll have one in 9 days. It's going to make the first week of Citeni a little chopped on the Wild Hunter, and then we've got a cheeky little overview of what's to come for Sunday. So lots to upgrade. But it should be pretty good. I took the screenshot too late. It has Maester unlocked, and I think I've got like 4 rings on it waiting to go. I swear I updated the sheet. Nothing like the present. But yeah, this estimation is a little low. I don't think 66 bill. Like, sure, look, the Lin managed to do it in 70 bill. But this was the median cost. The median cost is a little... word. There, it's yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be enough. All right. If not, I am coming to the event with quite a bit of money. So the Wild Hunter should reach a pretty good height. So there we go. Update inventory. I have the 4 Maester rings. I'll probably get 2 more. So on the day, I could always craft 6 on the day with like using all fatigue. If I really need more, I can get a fatigue version. But I'm expecting the Wild Hunter to get around 60 mil CP, 60 up to like 70 mil CP. Because most definitely the belt will go, but it won't be a superior belt unless we get lucky in the next 2 days. May have to pop a Legion coupon next couple of monster parks just in case. But I have a decent amount of DOMs, which is good. But I do need 2 of these to go 21, which is a big ask. We'll see what happens. And then the Demon Slayer is sitting pretty. He got upgraded to Arcanes a week earlier. Its inventory is looking a lot better. Though its Hex Matrix is looking pretty chopped. So next week I'll unlock M3, which is a pretty big boost. And then I'm not sure if I want to get M1 or save to get Ascent. Haven't decided yet. And even Awakening's also a little bit pretty good level 1. So we'll see what I decide. And then as for the gear, nothing's really changed. But look at these black marks. Crazy black bean marks. Holy. No pat marks, which is what the Wild Hunter has one. So this one could... Wild Hunter, that's last week. Wild Hunter does have a pat mark, which could go 21 stars, which is always very exciting. But Demon Slayer is looking also in a great spot. A lot more Maester rings on this thing because it hit Maester a day early than the Wild Hunter. So that should be pretty exciting. All right, as for the final new kid on the block, the hero, I didn't update this. The hero is now at 19 mil. 0.7. So it got a pretty big boost in power, mainly because of its new secondary. I think it's just 2-line. Haste progression is looking pretty good. All these unlocked, which makes it quite an easy, end lucid meal. But I didn't get any lucky drops from end lucid or end slime. But look, we're slowly getting belts. This is a week old character, but we wouldn't expect much. Already got 2 reinforced and like 10 belts, so it's in a great spot. This is a risk take level 2 from, I think this is from end slime. So hey, that's something. Oh, but yeah, the hero is barely 2 weeks old. No, it's a week old to this day. They've had 2 resets to get stuff. Little fit and symbols already. I think this will be done in July. I'll calculate it next time. But yeah, that's the hero in a nutshell. Alrighty. So first up, our short-term goals for the rest of this patch is to get these 2 bad boys to 270, boost them up in the May 31st Star Force events. That's the same screenshot I was showing before, and then to get them to 270. This is what I'll be doing. Fancy dancy screenshot. Go through each one by one. So Monster Park, big EXP. It's like 23 EXP per week on both of them. So it's basically another Monster Park run, but on 2 characters, which is kind of nice. Of course, we've got Scenarium Monster Park, which is about 22% per run. And there's a little extra, which is always nice. And then it's basically the same for Hotel Arcus. As for supplementing their EXP gains, it's mainly this is from the minigames, so we get up to 2k per week. I think we get 6k more. I think there's 3 more weeks left. We get 2k from the countdown. And then any hour I can manage to farm, I can get 91 tickets, which is about 2%. It's not nothing, but it's something. And then finally, there is 3 transit potions left in the event. Realistically, I only need to get one of them to 269 and the other one to 268, and then boom, they're done. All right, final segment planned for next week. Same screenshot as milking this table. But Thursday, DS will get M1 and M3 unlocked mostly. We had 9 FT gain. A bunch of showcases will be released this week. We've got the June plan coming up on Monday. And of course, the big Star Force Day. This week is going to go fast. I'll be bossing this side, learning bossing if I can handle it, more training. And then, you can't see it, but in the week to come, we have the private server, the public test server coming out, which will be very exciting. All right, my voice is dying. This has gone over time. That's it. That's episode 18. As always, hope you all had a good time and have a good day. I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.